You ever get that tight, sinking feeling in your chest while you're scrolling on your phone? It's Friday night. Everyone online seems to be out living their best life, and you're just sitting there wondering why you feel so disconnected. And here's the wild part. You're not the only one. Nearly half of us feel this exact same emptiness. You're not broken. You're not strange. You're experiencing the new normal of modern life. But here's the truth no one says out loud. That heavy, aching feeling isn't just sadness. It's your mind and body yelling at you that something vital has gone missing. We weren't built for this. Humans used to grow up in tight groups, shared fires, shared homes, shared lives. Everyone knew each other. Everyone belonged somewhere. Now, you can live in the same apartment building for 5 years and never learn the name of the person across the hall. And yeah, we've got more ways to connect than ever. Endless platforms, endless messages, endless noise. But somehow, it all feels hollow. You're not imagining it. The emptiness is real. The loneliness is real. And none of it is your fault. Chapter 1. Why your 500 friends feel like zero. 500 friends, but somehow it still feels like zero. Be honest, how many people in your contact list could you actually call at 2 a.m. when life collapses a little? How many would pick up? How many would show up? Social media sold us the dream of connection, but what it delivered was performance. Everyone's on stage now, smiling for an invisible crowd, curating a life that barely exists. And we're part of it. We know it. But we play along anyway. Think about your last post. The pressure to sound clever, the hundreds of deleted drafts, the quiet little ache while waiting for notifications to roll in. That shallow dopamine spark that fades in seconds, leaving you emptier than before. It's like drinking salt water. You swallow it hoping it will help, but it only makes you more thirsty. We know our friends' highlight reels better than we know their voices. We've traded real conversations for comments, real presence for pixels, depth for display, quality for quantity. And still, we keep scrolling, we keep refreshing, we keep reaching for something that can't actually reach back. Because even fake connection feels better than facing how disconnected we really are. Chapter 2. The slot machine in your pocket. Right there, in your pocket. Your phone isn't just a tool, it's a trap. That little flick to refresh, straight out of a Vegas casino. Same psychology, same pull, same emptiness waiting at the end. We check our phones, dozens of times a day? Every few minutes, reaching for something. But what exactly? We've stopped noticing. Ever feel your phone buzz, only to realize it didn't? Those phantom vibrations aren't glitches, they're desperation. We're craving connection so badly, our brains start imagining it. Every notification promises someone, something, but most of the time it's just noise. An app begging for attention, a brand pushing for clicks, rarely a human actually reaching out. We've taught ourselves to settle for illusions. Real conversations feel slow, awkward, boring. Real people can't compete with the endless stimulation on the screen. And the craziest part? You can be sitting with friends, sharing dinner, laughing face to face, and still feel the tug of the little glowing rectangle. The people right in front of you suddenly seem less real than the ghosts in your pocket. Chapter 3. Where did everyone go? Remember when neighbors actually stopped by? When kids played outside until the streetlights came on? Those everyday places where people naturally connected, they're gone. The corner store, the local barber, the park bench where neighbors would gather, gone. Now everything feels designed for speed and efficiency, not human connection. Coffee shops built to turn tables, gyms full of people with headphones in, stores where self-checkout means you barely interact with anyone. We've lost our third places, Those spaces between home and work where community happened naturally, where you felt like you belonged without spending a dime. Even before recent events, from 2014 to 2019, time spent with friends dropped dramatically. We were already drifting apart. It's not that we don't want connection, it's that connecting now takes planning, money, travel, and energy. Friendship has become another item on an endless to-do list. Chapter 5. The Exhaustion Olympics. When did being busy become the default answer to "How are you?" We compete in a strange, unspoken game. Who sacrifices the most, sleeps the least, and grinds the hardest? Rest feels like failure. Taking a break feels like falling behind. Even sleeping 8 hours feels indulgent. We watch influencers post their 4 a.m. routines and feel inadequate for simply being human. 3 out of 4 of us aren't just tired or stressed. We're burnt out, empty, running on fumes, with nowhere to refill. Even work relationships don't fill the void. You can sit next to someone for years and still know nothing real about them, just their coffee order and deadlines. We trade connection for success, then try to fill the emptiness with things money can buy. Chapter 6. Alone in the Crowd. Cities promised community through proximity. Instead, we got strangers avoiding eye contact. You can live in a building full of people and feel lonelier than someone in the countryside. At least they know their neighbors exist. We've perfected public solitude. Headphones in, eyes down, personal bubble intact. Don't talk to strangers, don't make eye contact, don't exist too loudly. There's even a term in German for this, Einsamkeit, the unique isolation of being surrounded by people but touched by none. We're overstimulated yet underconnected. Too many faces to notice, too few to know. The city doesn't bring us together. It teaches us to tune each other out, to treat people as obstacles, not opportunities. Chapter 7. The Comparison Trap. Social media has turned life into a competition nobody can win. Everyone else's life looks perfect while yours feels messy. We compare our struggles to other people's highlight reels, our Monday to their vacation. FOMO isn't missing parties. It's the feeling that everyone else knows something you don't, has something you lack, belongs somewhere you can't. They take 50 photos to capture one perfect shot. They're comparing themselves too. We're all losing the same game. We've created a collective illusion. Everyone pretends to thrive while secretly struggling. Everyone's lying, everyone knows it, but we can't stop. There's always someone doing better, always another level, always more to feel behind on. Chapter 8. Falling in Love with Ghosts. Do you feel closer to your favorite podcasters or streamers than the people around you? We form deep emotional bonds with people who don't even know we exist. Parasocial relationships, imaginary friendships, love affairs with ghosts. It feels safe. They can't reject you, disappoint you, or leave. They're always there, always consistent, always available. During the pandemic, this skyrocketed. People found more comfort in fictional characters than actual neighbors. That ache when a show ends, that's mourning. We grieve relationships that never existed but felt more real than reality. We choose predictable fantasy over messy reality because real humans are complicated and real connection requires risk. Chapter 9. Love as a Transaction. Dating apps turned romance into fast shopping. Swipe left, swipe right, next day delivery. We have endless options, but no real connection. Thousands of matches, but no one to call when you're lonely. Everyone feels disposable. Why invest when there's always someone new? Ghosting is normal, vanishing without explanation or closure. We treat hearts like fast fashion. Wear once, discard, repeat. The apps profit from this. Every failed connection keeps us swiping. Every ghost pulls us back for more. Chapter 10. The generation gap. Your parents tell you just make friends like we did in the 80s. They had built-in community, churches, unions, bowling leagues, block parties. They worked one job for decades, surrounded by the same people. We move constantly, change jobs often, never settle. Student debt, multiple jobs, lack of time, energy, or money. Friendship becomes a luxury. They had third places. We have expensive coffee shops and gyms. They had community. We have subscriptions. It's not that we're worse at connecting. It's that the systems that made it easy are gone, and nobody taught us how to build new ones.